Okay, so let's get back on our market street. And just before we cross over to the stock exchange, this is what MTN Nigeria Communications PLC is reporting to the market. Of course, this came in on Friday. MTN says is reacting to some media reports about a fine which was imposed on the telecom giant relating to his taxes of the 2015 fine by the Nigerian authorities. The company says, look, we acknowledge that there is a technical disagreement between MTN and the Federal Inland Revenue Service, that's the FIRS, as to how the fine should be treated for tax purposes. Remember, the fine imposed on the bank, about 8 billion, on the telecommunication giant, about $8 billion US dollars. The authorities there, the FIRS, believe there should be some tax on that. The company says, look, we disagree on technical point on how this should be treated. So the company now says the monies, however, have been paid to FIRS. That's according to MTN. Says, however, quote, while the monies have been paid to FIRS, we have taken this agreement to the tax tribunal set up by the FIRS chairman and the Minister of Finance, and we're awaiting a decision according to MTN. MTN says it remains fully compliant with Nigerian tax laws and will abide by the findings of the tribunal. The three-paragraph, one-page statement says conclusively, since incorporation in 2001, MTN has invested more than 2 trillion naira into the Nigerian economy and has paid more than 1.7 trillion naira in taxes, levies, and other regulatory fees. That's a statement signed by the company secretary, Uto Ukwana. MTN Nigeria says she's taking the FIRS to the tax tribunal on technical disagreement on tax purposes relating to the 2015 fine by the Nigerian authorities. This is the story out there, the fine given to MTN then, just about 3-4 years ago. The authorities says they are now disputing that on technical grounds and want to see how the tax tribunal will conclude on that. They say they will agree with the tax tribunal, but the money has since been paid to FIRS. That's one story coming from MTN, of course, listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. This happened well before the company became a listed company on the local bourse. So let's say across to Edidion Uwang, who's our business correspondent, one of our business correspondents, who is at the stock exchange, since joining us from the NSE trading floor. Eddie, it's good to see you. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Bosun. It's good to see you.
It's good to have you here. So give us a sense of the opening calls for the market today, Monday, as we get in the brand new week started. What are you seeing of the ticker tape as we get the week started?
Well, Bosun, just to touch on MTN, you know, right now the stock is trading at 127 naira. We've seen about 10 trades valued at 350,000 naira on that, but we'll keep an eye out, you know, to see how investors react to that news. Well, it's still a bright and early day over here, so investors are still waiting to see where to put their money. So far, the all-share index is still unchanged. We've seen about 777,000 shares worth 8.5 million naira traded in 109 deals. So we keep an eye out to see how the rest of the day goes. But the FGN savings bond is out for offering, you know, and it's the first major week. So for investors are tired of, you know, putting their money in stocks, that's another option for them.
Okay, what else are you watching this morning apart from MTN? Of course, when MTN sneezes or speaks, the market take attention because of his size and, of course, big in the entire economy. What else are you looking at on the radar as we start today's session, Eddie?
Well, so far, nothing much has happened in the market, but we've seen, you know, some activity in Union DAC, we've seen some activity in international breweries, we've seen some activity in FBN Holdings. So we'll, you know, just keep an eye out on those 3 stocks and see how the rest of the day goes, and we'll give you updates by 1:30.
Okay, we appreciate that, Edidion Uwang. Thank you so much. Keep an eye on the market for us, and as always, it's a Monday. We're trying to see how the market is getting started. But still on the MTN story, the company was reacting to the 1.04 trillion naira fine, which was imposed in 2015 by the Nigerian authorities for the failure of the company to urgently disconnect all unregistered SIM cards. That was back then in 2015. Make that correction very quickly. So it's 1.04 trillion naira. The FRS believes that MTN should pay fine on that. The company is disputing how that fine by the regulatory agency, the NCC, should be treated for tax purposes. Now they said they've gone to the tribunal, the tax tribunal set up by the Nigerian government, the same FRS and the Ministry of Finance. They said they will abide with whatever the decision of the tax tribunal. Meantime, MTN says it has paid that tax to the Nigerian government already. Says the money has already been deposited. They paid a fine to FRS, but they're disputing how the FRS or the tax agency is treating that particular fine, 1.04 trillion in 2015, how it was being treated for tax purposes. That's putting clarity to that. The market will be looking at this today as one big story. Back to FMDQ, exchange place, quickly to get our opening calls for today. Ifweko Olotu from Access Bank is a fixed income dealer, is live to us via Skype. Ifweko, it's good to see you. Good morning. Hope you had a nice weekend. Okay. Give me the opening calls on today's fixed income treasury bills. Let's start with that.
Okay, so essentially, we're seeing a very slow market. I mean, closing last week, we saw some demand towards the end. I think mid-market was expecting an home auction following the home maturity of about 89 billion, but we didn't see that, so we saw some bullish Thursday. Last week we saw some resistance like around 10.5% levels. We saw that markets wasn't willing to go lower than that regardless of the liquidity levels in the system. So this week, even though 110 billion maturity in OMO, so the market is also expecting that there might be an OMO auction. So there's still a bit of cautious trading in the market as at this morning. So we really haven't seen any new trend as at this time. It's really just 1 hour into the market right now.
Yes, okay. Any idea what the bond market will do? Let's wrap it there for the week. What's your outlook?
I mean, for the bond market, right, rates are also a bit depressed as well. The bond auction that's taking place about a week and a half ago, there was still some demand that wasn't met. Even though we had expected that we would see the demand come into the market, we didn't see that. So I think market is really being cautious. For the bond market as well, there's a bit of flat trading. So for this week, we still expect that markets will literally just be bilateral, but we haven't do any serious trading really.
Thank you so much, Ifweko Olotu, fixed income dealer at Access Bank, live to us from FMDQ Exchange Place in downtown Lagos. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for coming through on the show. Let's wrap it up on a global space. You need to think about this. The global market is in disarray. As we speak right now, the Chinese decided overnight to retaliate. So late last week's 10% new tariff that U.S. President Donald Trump tweeted will be placed on $300 billion of Chinese goods effective 1st of September. The Chinese decided to allow the currency, the yuan, to weaken below the 7 level against the greenback overnight, now sending markets into a tailspin today.